Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video to the 3D Critic channel. I'm David, your host, and today I'm going to give you guys my performance review on the Jordan 39s, which is the successor to the Jordan 38s, which overall was a pretty good shoe for me. The traction was really good, cushion was amazing as well, along with the really premium materials that you get, and the support and lockdown was really good on top of that. Now that the 39s have come around, I was wondering to see if they were any better and if there are any improvements to the Jordan 38s as I talk about the Jordan 39s especially. Now, starting right off with it, here's what I think. Firstly, when it comes to the try-on experience, it was very easy to get into. Once you space out the laces, it's pretty straightforward to get in and out of the shoe, so you're not going to have any issues with that. As far as sizing is concerned, for me, I would go true to size with the fit being nice and conformed around your foot. It does open up a little bit once you break in the materials, and because of that, if you are a narrow foot, I would probably go down half a size to get a nice one-to-one fit. And for wide footers as well, I would probably go true to size, maybe go up a half size if you have the opportunity to try it on for yourself to get the best fit for you, because the material does stretch out as you break it in over time. So keep that in mind. If you have a narrow foot, go down half a size, and if you're a wide foot, try it on in stores, and if you need to go up a half size, feel free to do so. And as far as pricing is concerned, they are going for $200 as well, which is the same price as the Jordan 38s went for. So if you guys are interested, I will leave a link in the description box below. So as far as the traction is concerned, what you're getting is a translucent outsole with this very aggressive multi-directional herringbone pattern throughout the outsole itself. And as far as the grip is concerned, it is really grippy right out of the gates. I didn't have to break it in at all, and it was very tacky on a clean court, and you're able to get grip wherever you need it to on a clean court. So for lateral movements, you're going to be really shifty going from side to side, and you won't experiencing any sliding. And as well as vertical movements on hard stops, they're very violent, and you're able to stop on a dime. And the first steps are really quick as well, and you're going to be instantly up to speed on your first steps. So it was very good on a clean court when it comes to the grip on this shoe. For dusty courts, it is pretty much the same. However, it does pick up a little bit of dust. However, it is easy to wipe off, so a couple of wipes here and there, and you're going to be good to go overall on a dusty setting. For durability, it is decent, and it is a definite improvement to the Jordan 38s in my opinion. In the 38s, I did experience noticeable signs of wear on my first day of playing it, and there are a couple of instances where the outsole itself separates from the midsole itself, which was a little concerning, but here it's pretty much decent overall, and I didn't experience crazy signs of wear. The only signs of wear that I've experienced are in the high wear areas, where you're going to see some noticeable fraying in the high wear areas especially, but everywhere else it's pretty fine. However, I would avoid them outdoors because of the softness of the rubber itself. The rubber itself is really soft, so if you're going to bring these outside, you're probably going to wear out the outsole itself. So keep it indoors and you should be good to go. You're going to have decent durability when it comes to indoor use, but for outdoor use, I would avoid them completely. So overall, in my opinion, the traction itself is a definite improvement to the Jordan 38s when it comes to the overall dust performance that it does on a dusty court, and as well as the durability. Now, as far as cushioning goes, you are getting a full bed of ZoomX foam for the midsole itself. And as you can see on the bottom of the outsole, you can see the bottom-loaded Zoom Air unit that is full length throughout the bottom of the midsole itself. And as far as forefoot cushioning goes, they are very responsive overall. They're very lively under my foot, and it was very reactive and lightning quick, so you're able to react quickly. And it has insane bounce as well. You're able to get up in the air really easily in these without any effort from what I've experienced. However, what I've noticed when I was playing these, the first hour of playing, you get that very responsive feel and insane bounce. However, as you keep playing in it over time for like a couple to 3 hours, I did notice my legs being a little fatigued, and I wasn't feeling as responsive as it used to in the first hour of me playing in it. And it is harder for me to get the same responsiveness and bounce as a result of that. So the longer you play in it, the less responsiveness you're going to get in the shoe, and you're going to have to work harder to get the same amount of performance that you get when you started wearing them. But as you get into the heel cushioning, it is extremely comfortable and forgiving with the ZoomX foam overall. It is very soft and very compressible in the heel, and you're going to get very good impact protection overall. When it came to heel strikes, it was very forgiving, and it was very comfortable overall when I was playing in it. And as far as fluidity goes, it is extremely fluid. The mushiness of the midsole itself feels like a cloud, and it makes the heel-to-toe transitions very nice and seamless. And with the zoom air unit, it gives it a nice pop under your foot, allowing you to get up to speed very quickly in these. So I really enjoyed that overall. The overall fluidity of the shoe felt really nice and one-to-one going from heel to toe. Overall, the cushioning setup is one of the best in my opinion. In the initial run, however, in the long run, you are going to experience some fatigue, and you're not going to experience the same amount of responsiveness and bounce that you get in the first hour of use. So keep that in mind. The cushioning is great for like the first hour playing in it, but the longer you run in it, the less responsiveness it becomes, and it does tend to bottom out on you, and it makes it become a little bottom heavy under your foot. So keep that in mind. It's very good initially, but over time it's a little worse. Now, getting into the materials, what you're getting from this shoe is a bunch of embroidered textile materials that you get in the lateral and medial side of the shoe, with some really nice leather that you get in the toe box area, and it extends further into the tongue itself, where you get pillared padding throughout the tongue itself, and you're going to get this weird textured padding that you get on the top, and it has decent padding overall at the top, and you're also going to get some decent padding here in the heel with some more leather in the back. And comfort wise, at first it did pinch a little bit in the forefoot, and it did pinch a little bit, especially on my pinky toe when I first started breaking in the materials. But once you break it in, it feels really nice on foot, and basically the pinching that I experienced initially basically goes away, and the padding on the tongue breaks in really well, and it feels really nice with the flat laces that you get, which feel really comfortable overall, and you're able to tie them up really tightly to get a really nice fit, which I will talk about a little later when it comes to lockdown. And the padding modes really well in the back, and you're able to get a really nice comfortable feel overall. So it is a very comfortable shoe once you break it in. Aesthetically, they look really nice and understated in my opinion with this all-out black work with these hints of white. I love the details of the shoe with the leather panels that you get around the tongue, with the embroidered textiles that you get look really nice in general. The textured diamond pattern that you get on the top of the tongue with this mirrored Jordan logo that you get, as well as the mirrored image of Michael Jordan that you get inside the tongue. And you also see that same photo inside of the box that it comes in. And you also get the nice hints of white that you get on the toe cap, the midfoot clip, as well as the heel clip that you get, along with the laces, which I swapped out from the original black laces, which makes the whole shoe stand out a little more without making it too plain with the black laces, which I thought made the shoe like a little plain overall and a little too blacked out with the hints of white. So overall, I love the materials. Once you break it in, it is very comfortable on foot, and they're aesthetically understated in my opinion, with the hints of the materials overall, with the nice detailing that you get. And the box is a definite upgrade for the Jordan 39s compared to the Jordan 38s, where it's just a recycled box, which I didn't understand why overall. So that is a definite upgrade when it comes to the overall package that you get for this shoe. And overall, it is a slight upgrade to the Jordan 38s in my opinion when it comes to the shoe itself. But overall presentation, it is a definite upgrade to the Jordan 38s. Now, as far as lockdown is concerned, in my opinion, overall, it just gets the job done, in my opinion. When you get into the forefoot, to me, it isn't great. Once you break in the materials, overall, it just feels sloppy in general. And I did experience some sliding when it comes to sliding forward on hard stops. I did slide a little bit forward, and it did pinch my toes a little bit, and I felt a little discomfort because of that. And you also slide in the footbed when you're going side to side, so when you're doing lateral movements, you do shift inside the shoe in regards to the footbed in general, so keep in mind of that. You are going to experience some sliding when it comes to the overall lockdown. But as you get into the midfoot, the reinforced lace line that you get contains the midfoot really nicely, and with the flat shoelaces, you're able to really tuck it in really nice and tight. That way you won't experience any movement in the midfoot, and it basically wraps it like a blanket. And when you move into the heel, starting off, you do get some heel slippage, but as you break in the material and the back of the material molds to the back of your foot, it does improve overall, and where you will notice a little bit of heel slippage, and you will notice it enough that way it grabs the heel to prevent it from slipping any further. So it does slightly improve over time as you break in the materials. So keep that in mind. You need some break-in time to get rid of the heel slippage initially. But overall, the lockdown for me just gets the job done. The midfoot is the main highlight of the show. It is very nice and containing, and you're able to cinch it really tight. The lockdown in the heel is getting better over time as you mold the material. It improves over time, but keep in mind that the forefoot lockdown is a little sloppy in general, with a little bit of sliding in the forefoot and a good bit of sliding when you're doing side to side movements. Now, getting into the support, this is where a lot of people will mainly veer away from the Jordan 39s and go more towards the Jordan 38s, in my opinion, because the lateral support in this is just decent at best, in my opinion. You don't get an outrigger, and the outsole doesn't really flare outward whatsoever, so you're basically relying on the soft rubber cupsole that you get that wraps up into the materials, and you do sit within the cupsole itself, so you're going to basically rely on the overall cupsole to keep the overall lateral stability in check. In the midfoot, you get this plastic plate which contains the midfoot a little bit, but it's nothing crazy in my opinion. But in the back, you do get this white heel clip along with an internal TPU heel counter that keeps the heel nice and contained. But the back of the shoe is very narrow, and the overall balance of the shoe is a little weird at best, and that is because there is no shank, which is a big issue, and it makes the shoe very easy to contort, and it feels like you're able to fold it like a pencil. So it is a slight issue when it comes to that. There is no shank, and you won't have any rigidity in the shoe. So when it comes to balance inside the shoe, if you don't have the right footwork, you're going to suffer as a result of that. So keep that in mind. If you have your footwork locked down, you're going to be good to go, and you won't have any issues with the torsional support. But if you have sloppy footwork, this might be an issue for you, considering that the outsole itself, there isn't really an outrigger. So if you land on an angle, it's going to be prone to ankle sprains at the end of the day, which I'm not really a fan of. I didn't experience that firsthand, but it is a widespread issue, so keep that in mind. But the base of the shoe, it's nice and flat, but it is very narrow, and it is rounded out because of the cupsole that you're going to have. So overall, to me, the support just gets the job done, narrowly gets the job done, in my opinion. It has enough support that way you're going to be have enough lateral stability. Torsional stability is subpar at best because there's no shank, and the base just gets the job done because the base is nice and flat, so you're going to have a nice solid base to land on overall. So in terms of support, I prefer the Jordan 38s a little more because it is a little more supportive in my opinion compared to the Jordan 39s. So that might be a deciding factor whether you would prefer the 38s over the 39s or the 39s over to the 38s, in my opinion. So to sum it all up, is the Jordan 39 better than the Jordan 38? In my opinion, yes and no, because the traction in the 39, to me, it is better when it comes to overall dust performance as well as durability. For cushioning, it's a toss-up in my opinion. The cushioning is better in the short run. However, in the Jordan 38s, I find it to be better when it comes to the long run use. You're able to play in it longer in the Jordan 38s compared to the Jordan 39s, in my opinion. For the materials, the 39s are better in my opinion. You get nice premium materials, and you get a better presentation overall when it comes to the hardware that you get, the extra laces, as well as the box that it comes in. The lockdown is basically the same in my opinion. It gets the job done, and the support is mainly the main difference between the two. The support to me is better in the Jordan 38s with the outrigger that you get, the X-plate that you get that comes up into the material itself. It is overall a more stable shoe, the Jordan 38s, compared to the Jordan 39s, where it is a little sloppy overall, and it is way more susceptible to you rolling your ankle too. So it is a issue, and I would go with the Jordan 38s compared to the Jordan 39s when it comes to overall support. So it is kind of hard to pick between the two. If you want a more supportive shoe, I would go with the Jordan 38s. If you want a shoe that has better traction overall and better materials, in my opinion, and presentation, I will go with the 39s. But if you want the best overall package, I will go with the Jordan 38s with the overall package that you get. The traction's really good, with the 39s being a little bit better. Cushioning is good, material is good as well as the lockdown, and the support is the icing on the cake when it comes to comparing it between 39s, and you get it for cheaper. The 39s are going for $200, where I have seen the Jordan 38s go for less than $100. So if you would like to go with the Jordan 38s and you're on a budget, go for that. If you want something more premium and a better style, in my opinion, and it is more durable at the end of the day, I would go with the 39s overall. So it is very hard to recommend. It's a pickers be choosers kind of thing when it comes to the Jordan 38s and the Jordan 39s as well. Thank you guys for watching this video. This has been my performance review of the Jordan 39s. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and comment down below on which shoe you think is better, the Jordan 39s or the Jordan 38s. I'd like to know your thoughts on that and see which one is better for you, which one suits you more over the other. And if you have any other questions, feel free to comment down below as well. If you'd like to stay up to date with future videos that I'll be posting, hit the subscribe button down below, and that will greatly support the channel as well. If you'd like to see my review on the Jordan 38s, I will leave it on this side of the screen if you guys are interested. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, all that information will be in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your day. I hope this was beneficial to you guys. And until next time, keep shooting.